Hi, you're watching Construction Gaming and welcome to my UK West Coast Challenge on Transport Fever. This is going to be episode number 13 in the series, and in this episode we're going to extend the West Coast main line up to Preston via Wigan. Before I start that, I thought I'd just show you a couple of things I've been doing off camera. I've put in Birmingham Airport now, and I've got a service running between Birmingham Airport and Liverpool airports. There isn't a flight between those two airports in real life, but I thought I'd put these airports into use. So with the airport, I've built Birmingham International Railway Station, which is between Coventry and Birmingham, and I've also put in Birmingham Airport HS2, so when I finally build that high-speed line, that's already in place. So I haven't got to mess around with putting the station in later, because it's quite a big station, 320 metres for the high-speed sets. So I've done that. With that, I've put in a London Midland or London North Western Railway service between Birmingham New Street and Rugby, calling at the airport, calling Birmingham New Street, Birmingham International, Coventry, and then Rugby. What that did, actually I need to put replacement on. What that's done is it's competed with the Birmingham New Street to Rugby, which is served by the fast Virgin style services. I can't even find the train I'm looking for now. Those in green, add. And I did have 4 on the route, and they were just competing too much, and as you can see here, the Birmingham New Street to Rugby, which was making a nice profit, is making a loss. It was making a loss of 10 million. So what I've done is taken one off, so there's just 3 London North Western Railway services. I would have thought, because what I did is the New Street Rugby just call Coventry and Rugby, and these will call at the airport. I know in real life the Virgin services do call at Birmingham International, but I thought just to try and speed the services up I'd do that, but it hasn't really made much difference. The frequency seems to be more important than the speed. I've also had to rearrange the track just so these high speed units can get up to a bit more speed. They could just, from Coventry to Rugby, they get up to about 110 before they have to start slowing down again. So it's not really competing that well with the LNR ones. I also put in a through track through the centre, so these should be able to overtake, but as you can see with the signalling the way it is, it's quite tight between Coventry and International, but that's just the way it is. It's not doing too bad. I mean, this is making 5, it's making a loss of 2, so they're kind of equaling each other out a bit there. So I'll just leave that as it is. And obviously there's a Birmingham New Street to Coventry service, which also calls at International. Ooh. Didn't like that then. So yeah, I think that's all I've done, apart from put the flight in between Liverpool and Birmingham, just, if anything, just for the sake of it. So yeah, and you can see here this station's really well used now. Wow, lots of people waiting. The Liverpool Rugby via Stafford still making a considerable loss, but that's more than made up for with the Liverpool Lime Street to Birmingham New Street, which is making the biggest profit of any service, I think. Yeah, next one is 13. So if I go to the money, running cost 62 million, income 70. So we've only got an £8 million buffer there, so we need to start getting some routes which are actually making some money. If I just look at the rail, they all seem to be, the Chester Rugby's making a profit again, 6.5, you know, they're all not too bad. Ellesmere Port Liverpool's struggling a little for some reason. and the Chester Liverpool via South Parkway as well. That was making a not too bad a profit. That's dipped a bit. I don't know what you are, or you. Birmingham Kidderminster still making a loss. Rugby. So we do. I mean, we should be. If I looked at that right, running costs 62, income 76. Oh, that's idiot. That's for this year. Okay, so running costs 261 and income 37. So it's 100 million. So I don't need to worry. Idiot. So yeah, still would like to get some more profit-making services in. So once I get the Preston to Wigan just connecting here, it's not a long line, but it's quite key. This is the northernmost part of the West Coast Main Line as represented on my map, and we'll also be able to get in a well, I'm going to have to start thinking about putting Manchester Airport in, because we need the Manchester Airport to Scotland services operated by TransPennine, calling it Piccadilly, Wigan, and then obviously Preston is the most northern station, and there'll be a couple of lines coming in. There'll be a new line from Liverpool. There'll be 2 stations at Wigan, Wigan North Western and Wigan Walgate. Wigan North Western is the one on the West Coast Main Line, which is the one we'll be doing today. Might put Wigan Walgate in just so it's there for in the future. So I think we are up to date with what I've been doing. I haven't done a huge amount off camera, so I think what I will do is I'll just get on and get this line built in. I'll get some services going, and yeah, so the time lapse, which will be about 10 minutes long, will start now. Okie dokie, we've got the first north-south long distance service in, from the top of the map to the very bottom of the map, from Preston to Rugby. Virgin service calling Wigan North Western, Warrington Bank Quay, and then non-stop all the way to Rugby. There's another service I can put in, which is a Preston to Rugby via Birmingham service, which is in real life a Glasgow, Scotland to Birmingham, and then it's been extended down, so it's two services that have been combined really into one. So it's Scotland, Preston, Wigan North Western, Warrington, Crewe, and then Birmingham New Street, and then on to Rugby. So that's another service I can put in. I can imagine that service being quite profitable because it does make quite a few stops on the way, while at the same time being semi-fast. So that's another service that I'll probably put in off camera, but this is the main service now, the main kind of almost West Coast, I'm trying to think of the word, I don't know, but we've got that service in anyway. The next branch now on the West Coast main line is to Manchester, so we can get the Manchester Rugby services in. I'm not sure how much demand there really is for people going to Rugby, but hopefully I've increased some of the bus routes so the whole of Rugby is covered, so hopefully people will actually want to go there, which is what the aim of the game is, to make some money. But for now we've got this service in. Next line will probably be the Manchester line. We need to finally get that in, and there's plenty of other branch lines that we've got to work on in the future. But for today, that is it. So I'll say until next time, bye bye.